Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. I finally listened to this supergroup that I've heard of in passing so many times. Um, the fact that I finally get to hear them, I'm really, really excited. Now, the only person from this group that I know of is Neil Young. I don't know what Crosby represents. I don't know what Stills represents, and I don't know what Nash represents. So, but overall, I'm really, really excited because again, I've heard so many great things about him, and knowing that Neil Young came from this group, like I'm really excited to see, um, hear something from them, and then kind of know how they came to be and then how they broke up. Because based off of what I read and a little bit from the Neil Young perspective of it, it seemed like it was doing pretty damn well. So I'm always curious about successful groups that break up, like Cream and uh, you know so many, but I can't even think. But Cream was the first one that comes to mind. So let's figure out what we got here now. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I don't even see Young on here. But Crosby, Stills, and Nash, CSN, was a folk rock supergroup made up of the American singer and songwriters David Crosby and Stephen Stills, and the English singer and songwriter Graham Nash. When joined by Canadian singer-songwriter Neil Young as a fourth member, they were called Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, CSNY. They are noted for their intricate vocal harmonies and lasting influence on American music and culture, as well as their political activism and often tumultuous interpersonal relationships. Okay, so that kind of gives me some insight on why they broke up. Tumultuous interpersonal relationships. All right. So who didn't like who? That's all. That's like the first thing I'm thinking of. They were formed in 1968. After they performed together informally in July of that year, discovering they harmonized well. Crosby had been asked to leave the Byrds in late 1967. Stills' band Buffalo Springfield had broken up in early 1968, and Nash left his band, the Hollies, in December. The trio signed a recording contract with Atlantic Records in early 1969. In preparation for touring, the trio added Stills' former Buffalo Springfield bandmate Neil Young as a full member, along with touring members Dallas Taylor, drums, and Greg Reeves, bass. The band, performing as Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, played the Woodstock Festival that August, where the band performed the first 6 songs as a trio to be joined by Neil Young for the rest of the set. Gotcha. Crosby, Stills, and Nash were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and all 3 members were also inducted for their work in other groups. Neil Young has been inducted as a solo artist and as a member of Buffalo Springfield, but not as a member of CSN. I wonder why. Crosby died in 2023, ruling out any further full reunions of either lineup. All right. Whoa. Wait. Hold on. Ho. Graham Nash had known Crosby since the Byrds' UK tour of 1966. 2 years later, when the Hollies relocated to California in 1968, Nash resumed his acquaintance with him. Nash met Stills at a party at Peter Tork's house in Laurel Canyon. He was captivated by Stills banging the shit out of a piano in a Brazilian and Latin and boogie woogie and rock and roll style. In July 1968, over dinner at a party at another Laurel Canyon house, the home of either Johnny Mitchell or Cass Elliot, accounts by the three members differ. Cass Elliot from the Mamas and Papas. Damn. I mean, of course, I don't know why I'm surprised by that. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty normal for, big name artists to hang out with each other. But I don't know why. I just find that incredible, considering that I just reacted to the Mamas and Papas not too long ago, and I'm just really surprised by that. That's dope. But okay. I don't want to drag out the research here. The song we're going to react to is Ohio. That is the name of the song. So that's what we're about to listen to, Ohio. And yeah, we're going to do the song research afterwards. But I'm really excited to hear this, man. Again, this was a super group that was doing really, really well. So I'm just always kind of curious on how and why these type of groups break up. Maybe I'll do the breakup research, on my own. But to the music itself, I'm sure it's great. You got all of these greats in one band. So let's hear what they got in Ohio. That's the name of the song. It's called Ohio. So let's see what's going on here. They talked about how they all kind of performed, just kind of sporadically, not sporadically, but spontaneously, and realized how great their harmonies were together. Just a minute and 30 seconds into hearing them together, it's pretty evident how well they mesh together. I mean, the instrumentation is phenomenal. The vocal harmonies is phenomenal. Yeah, this is really good. It's really good for people who kind of just kind of said, hey, let's start a band together, like just randomly. This is really good.
soldiers and Nixon's coming. We're finally on our own. This summer I hear the drumming. Oh, dead in Ohio. 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 How many more?
Yep. I think I'm about to go ahead and find out why they broke up. I gotta find out. That just sounded too good to just break up. I gotta figure it out. Individual activity. You know what? I'll read that. I'll read that later. Wait, hold. Oh. Reconciliation. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Oh wow, hold on. I'm missing a lot. In consultation with other band members, Stills fired Reeves from the group shortly before the beginning, of their second American tour in April 1970 because he suddenly decided he was an Apache witch doctor. Okay. A week before the Denver performance, Young and Crosby were staying at a house near San Francisco when reports of the Kent State shootings arrived, inspiring Young to write the protest song Ohio. I guess I should go ahead and Crosby later stated in an interview that his callbacks "How Many More" in the final stages of the song was ad-lib, bringing out his pure frustration. I miss so much. I gotta go back and read this. Yeah, I gotta go back and read this. Wait, what? During Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young's set, Stills was reportedly to be repeatedly stabbed in the leg by a stoned-out Hell's Angel with sharpened bicycle spoke. With a sharpened bicycle spoke. At the band's request, their performance was not included in the subsequent film Give Me Shelter. Bro, what is happening? You know what's so crazy? Like, when I hit, again, like, y'all all know that I really, really love Woodstock. And I really, really love everything about that time. Pre-70s, late 60s and early 70s, you know, Joplin and Morrison and Hendrix, and but what's so crazy about that time is, right, we see, like, we have footage of certain things, right, but it's like all of this crazy stuff, like they got the craziest stories, and like and for obvious reasons it's not recorded. Like, I think, like, the earliest footage of, like, you kind of like seeing a rock and roll star, like, kind of spiraling or going downhill is Sid Vicious. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of saw with Sid Vicious and, like, those like homemade interviews, like, you kind of see that Sid was kind of messed up, but like these stories, like, I just wish, like, I don't know, man. That's crazy. That is a crazy story. But okay, let's get to it. Ohio is a protest song, and yeah, it was pretty evident just hearing the lyrics. How did they start the song? When with Nixon? What was they saying? Like, I'm blanking on the lyrics already, but like just hearing the lyrics, you could definitely tell this was like a song against the system, against the government, against what's going on in society. Like, it was pretty evident. But Ohio is a protest song and counterculture anthem written and composed by Neil Young in reaction to the Kent State shootings of May 4th, 1970, and performed by Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. It was released as a single, backed with Stephen Stills' Find the Cost of Freedom. I would love to hear that. Peaking at number 14 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and number 16 in Canada. Okay. Young wrote the lyrics to Ohio after seeing the photos of the incident in Life magazine. On the evening that the group entered Record Plant Studios in Los Angeles, the song had already been rehearsed, and the quartet, with their new rhythm section of Calvin Samuels and Johnny Barbata, recorded it live in just a few takes. During the same session, they recorded the singles equally direct B-side, Stephen Stills' Odd to the War's Dead, Find the Cost of Freedom. An article in The Guardian in 2010 described the song as the greatest protest record and the pinnacle of a very 1960 genre, while also saying the revolution never came. President Richard Nixon, who was criticizing the song, won a landslide re-election in 1972, which included winning the 1972 United States presidential election in Ohio by a margin of over 21%. At the time of the shooting, the American public was highly critical of the protesters and blamed them for the violence. This is what the line, "What if you knew her and found her dead on the ground," was about. Yeah, I love this. I love this. Yeah, I love this. I can't wait to hear more from them, man. I gotta find out why they kept bringing up again. We read that there was just a tumultuous attitude towards each other. So, but I want to find out exactly between who and why. But this song and sticking with the music, absolutely incredible. The message behind it, the instrumentation, the vocals, the harmonies, it was absolutely incredible. I love the composition. I love how a song that had every reason to be longer was not longer. It was 3 minutes, the version that I heard. But again, a song that has, obviously, when you make these type of anti-government, anti-war, anti-anything type of songs, you kind of want to expound on your point, and I feel like in so few words they said so much, which is always kind of the case in a lot of things. But again, when you're saying something that's anti-government, like, you got to be pretty clear in what you say to not piss people off. And the fact that they were able to convey their message in such a short period of time with such little words, that really speaks a lot to Neil's songwriting and the composition of the music itself. So I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to hear more. Thoroughly impressed. I'm happy I finally got to hear a song from them. And I can't wait to hear more. So y'all let me know what else I need to listen to from Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. And we definitely will, alright? But as always, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, peace.